A good DVM kit is essential for making a good PvE build, and there is 3 ways to get insanely strong DVM gear. All of these methods are very different in terms of skill and execution, so stick around to the end of the video, because after I tell you about the methods, I'm going to tell you some very important information on what sort of gear you should be looking for. And before we start, make sure you subscribe, because we're posting daily PvE content on this channel. Anyways, Pradon is the first method of this video, and he's very popular at the moment because his loot was majorly buffed in the most recent patch. Now getting 3-star gear is extremely common from Pradon. If you plan to do him for gear, make sure you don't use Detonation like I'm doing in this clip. You want to use Providence Thorns, as that is by far the best enchant for Pradon. If you use it and are decent at parrying him, you can easily get a minute 30 boss kill. You do need to watch out for gankers though, as a lot of people are grinding Pradon at the moment, and you don't want to be killed by a guild. But moving on to the next method, we're going to talk about layer 2s. Despite being in the depths, this method is arguably safer than Pradon, because it also lets you get other legendary items. If you use the layer 2 farming routes like I've showcased in my videos, you'll be getting 13 chests in about 8 minutes. That averages out to about 1 chest every 40 seconds. There's also no risk of wiping here because you have a light hook during your floor 1 runs. While doing my farming routes, I've gotten insanely high HP Iron Singers and countless God Roll Confessor's Charms with 5% DVM. The third way requires no real effort apart from having a lot of nodes to spare. Merchant ships provide an easy way for you to get an infinite supply of items. If you join Argomatsu's Merchant Hunter Discord, you'll be pinged whenever a merchant ship with good items is found. As for what these items are, there's a massive list of them on the Discord. These can include Star Boots, Khan Helmets, Iron Singers, and a whole lot more. It's just a whole bunch of RNG and dumping notes into these merchant ships, but sooner or later you're going to get a God Roll piece of equipment. But before you go ahead and buy items from merchant ships, make sure you're using an aristocrat's code, as you'll get a discount on the items you buy, so you'll end up saving a lot of money. Now that you've decided what method or methods you want to do, you need to know something very important about the gear that you're gonna wear. You should not max out your DVM. If you're wondering, the maximum amount of DVM you can get is a little over 71%, as I talked about in an old video of mine. However, I find that anything over 50 tends to be overkill. As long as you can one-shot most important monsters, 1-cycle Etheron, and 2-cycle Chaser, you have all the DVM you could possibly need. And side note, Chaser isn't even affected by DVM in the first place, so you really only care about it for one-shotting mobs and 1-cycling Etheron. That's why it's very important to wear HP gear instead of DVM gear on occasion. Since PvE builds often aren't super tanky by themselves, wearing HP gear can massively increase your total HP and survivability in dangerous encounters. For example, on my current PvE build, I am wearing a 29 HP helmet for some extra HP, while I still have enough DVM to kill everything I could need. There's no exact amount of DVM that you should go for on your build, as it depends on how much damage you're doing and what you actually need out of it. So it's up to you to decide the spread of DVM and HP you should get. And this has been the ultimate guide to farming DVM gear in Deepwoken. Of course, I do need to remind you that I am still on the hunt for Astral, so join my Discord and ping me if you find it, because I am giving a pretty generous bounty. Even if you don't find Astral, you should still join my Discord and subscribe, because we're doing plenty of giveaways and putting out tons of awesome PvE content on this channel. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to watch some other videos, and I'll see you next time.